Hello and welcome to the first section of my video tutorials. I am Miguel Gonzalez, and in this video we're gonna learn about the CAGED system and how to understand the octave shapes to connect one pattern to another when playing scales, chords, arpeggios, and more. So let's get right to it. Alright, so the first thing that we want to know is that the CAGED system is based in 5 chords, which are C, A, G, E, and D. Each of these chords are made of 3 notes from the scale, which are the root note or the 1, the 3rd, and the 5th. So for example, the C chord, we have a root note, a 3rd, a 5th, a root note one more time, and the 3rd one more time. The A chord has a root note, 5th, root note again, 3rd, and 5th. The G chord has root note, 3rd, 5th, root note, 3rd, root note. The E chord has a root note, 5th, root note, 3rd, 5th, and root note one more time. And at the end we have the D that has a root note, 5th, root note, 3rd. Now what we want to do is get rid of the 3rd and the 5th of each chord, so we end up with only the root notes. For example, for C, I end up with this note here and this one here. And the distance between these 2 notes is what we call an octave shape. And for C, we're gonna call it pattern 1. Then for A, we end up with pattern 2, G has pattern 3, E is pattern 4, and D will be pattern 5. We can connect all of these shapes together by following the order of the patterns. So for example, if I want to find all of my octave shapes with C, the first thing that I want to do is find the lowest position where I can play my C notes. So for example here, which in this case is going to be pattern 1. Then if I want to move to C pattern 2, all I have to do is move my first finger to this note here, which is also C, and play that shape. Then I would do the same to go to pattern 3, then to pattern 4, and lastly to pattern 5. When you reach to pattern 5, you can connect back to pattern 1 by moving your index to this note here, and then putting your shape one more time. And from there you can start all over again. A good way to get familiar with these shapes is by choosing any random note and using these patterns to find that same note all over the neck. So for example, let's say I pick this note here, which in this case is F. So I would find which octave shape has a note on the 6th string, and I find that the 3rd and the 4th pattern, they both have a note here. But I realize I cannot play my 3rd pattern because I will require to have notes on this side of the fret, which I don't, so I go right away to pattern 4. And from there I start connecting them just in order. So after pattern 4, I go to pattern 5. Then I know that from pattern 5 I can connect again to pattern 1, then to pattern 2, to pattern 3, and then I'm back in pattern 4. From here you can start all over again to the rest of the neck. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you find this information useful. I will leave a link in the description where you can download the diagrams of these patterns so you can keep practicing them. And if you can leave me a comment with your feedback, I would really appreciate that. I'll see you next time.